Hey everyone, Zishan here with the Market Minute for December 2018. I'm sure most of you have heard in the news something about the market being down. I wanted to kind of clear things up and show you the real numbers and provide some perspective as to what that actually means. So one of the bigger headlines that we've seen is that sales are down 16%. And that may seem like a big number, but there's two things we need to factor in here, two things we need to consider. One, sales are down, but listings are down as well. So yes, less homes sold, but less homes were available for sale as well. So these two numbers are moving in parallel. Sales were down 16%, okay, but listings were down 13%. So as long as these two numbers are going in the same direction, it really just points to us getting back to a balanced market. The other thing you need to consider is that we've gone down from 92,000 sales approximately to about 77,000 sales. And what that means is we're hovering around 80,000 sales, and that's really our equilibrium in the GTA. That's sort of our safe number. That points to a balanced market. And so things have kind of come back down to earth. And this is really where we want to be. You can attribute the drop in sales to a couple of things. One, the government raised interest rates 3 times throughout the course of 2018, and they also levied the stress test right at the beginning of 2018. So that really put a damper on people's intentions to move or transact because it caused a little bit of uncertainty, and the government achieved what they wanted to do, and they reduced sales, and they kind of slowed our market down a bit. So this big drop in sales that everybody's talking about, what does it actually mean in terms of price? Overall, the GTA market price was down about 4.3%. And again, this is a number that's all encompassing. Every home, every unit, every condo across all parts of the GTA, which includes places like Toronto, Vaughan, York Region, Simcoe, Halton, Durham. It's a really widespread, really kind of overarching number. So let's again provide some context as to what that means to some localized markets. Again, across the GTA, prices were down 4.3%. But what does it mean in Toronto? If you look at the actual numbers, Toronto remained virtually unchanged. Prices actually ticked up a fraction of a percent between 2017 and 2018. If you look at York Region though, we can see that prices actually came down about 13.5%. And again, that's an aggregate of all of the transactions, of all of the units sold across the entire year. We went from about just over $1 million in 2017 to about $915,000 in 2018. So prices are down just a little bit in York Region. Again, this is a good thing. Things needed to come down. Things needed to stabilize. And this is what's happened. If we go down a little bit further, we can see that even looking at days on market, in 2017 across the GTA, the average selling time was about 17 days. In 2018, it came up to about 24 days. In Toronto itself, it went from 16 days to 20 days. And in York Region, it went from 18 days to about 30 days. These are all very normal numbers. If you look across Canada, if you're looking in like Calgary, Alberta, BC, Saskatchewan, some of those markets have days on market between 60 and 120 days, right? So our time to market is perfectly normal. Again, it just reflects a more balanced market. With respect to what's to come in 2019, I think it's going to be more of the same. I think we're going to have maybe a slight uptick. If you've heard recently on the news, the Bank of Canada made a decision not to raise interest rates at the first meeting of 2019. And then just yesterday, RBC followed suit, and they've actually dropped their interest rates on their 5-year fixed mortgages. So all of this tells me that things may start picking up just a little bit in the first quarter of 2019. I really do think that prices will remain flat in most areas. Again, certain pockets, certain neighborhoods will always trend better, and some will trend a little worse. It's very localized. There are many micro markets depending on the neighborhood that you live in. But again, overall, Look for a balanced 2019. Look for moderate price growth, potentially flat. But it's a good time to be out there, and it's a good time to be transacting because the economy is still doing well. We still have about 100,000 people coming into the GTA every year, and they're all going to need a place to live. And our interest rates are historically low. We're still in the threes, mid threes right now, which means that this is a very good time, a very good opportunity to buy. Prices have come down, so don't wait, don't put it off. At the very least, go get a pre-approval, figure out what you can afford, and if it makes sense to do it. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions about anything that I've said, or you're curious about other markets or other neighborhoods, please feel free to comment below or send me a message or give me a quick call anytime. I'm always here for you to answer your questions. Again, thank you for tuning in and taking the time to watch. I wish you a very, very happy and prosperous 2019. Thank you so much.